I want to show you how you can get so many leads for your MSP that it almost feels illegal. It's too easy. You get a nearly endless amount, and they all already know about you. The hardest thing possible to actually deal with. In this video, we're going to be covering those leads, how to actually deal with those leads, what you should do with those leads, and ultimately grow your business. I'm Harrison Barrett from growth-generators.com, and I help MSPs grow through our company, Growth Generators. And before I get into today's video, if you want to head over to growth-generators.com and you want to join a community of quite literally 1,200 plus growing MSPs, MSP owners, MSP salespeople, MSP marketers, MSP operators, you can head over to growth-generators.com/Discord or just go to growth-generators.com. Under the resources area, we have an entire Discord. And on top of that, grab some of our other stuff in our free resources section. Just scroll down to the bottom and you'll see they're all labeled free. So if it's not labeled free, there could be a payment required, whether it's through me or just another platform that I like, truthfully, but it is quite literally there to help you. There's so many free marketing cheat sheets, buyer persona templates, pricing masterclass. There's also going to be a free pricing calculator that we're giving away for you just to use it, so that way you don't mess up your pricing, because that is the worst thing in the world. So let's talk about leads, because I think a lot of people are worried about, well, I need more leads to close more business, right? We want leads turn into sales. More leads means more sales. That's quite literally the equation that we have to go through. Now, there's a little bit more math involved, but most MSPs are thinking about doing SEO and they're posting content online, and you might even be running ads. And those are all great things. Don't get me wrong. But even with traffic, you're not seeing the full visibility, right? Think about it. When you run a Facebook ad, you have to connect it through what's called a pixel on your website. And it's basically Facebook's way of saying, hey, we know who's going to your website. It's all good. We're tracking that. And if you want to advertise to them again in the future, you just let Facebook know, hey, we want to advertise to them again, and Facebook will advertise to them again. That's it, right? That's Facebook's job, is to get you more customers, so you spend more money on their platform, and so on and so forth. Believe it or not, they don't want to just take your money and run like most people believe. I don't quite understand that philosophy, but you could be doing all of these things, and that's good. We're hopefully sending them to a landing page, and that landing page has, learn more about how your HIPAA compliance can be done easier, 5 simple steps, whatever it is that your lead magnet is. You want to create something that people can download to ultimately put in their information, and then you have a fresh lead. But what if we didn't have to go through, or what if we could capture all of the people instead of part of the people actually going to our website and our lead magnets? And that's what the program that I want to mention today is, and that's called Happier Leads. Now, you guys may or may not have heard me talk about this in the past, and truth be told, they had like a little bit of a little rough spot where it was working, but it wasn't working as good as it can be. I said, you know what, let me pop in again and check it out, because I've talked about this in the past many times, and I don't know if I'm an affiliate or not, but it's truly one of the coolest platforms ever. What happens is you take their program, and I'm going to share my screen here. You take their program, you put the code on your website, and it's just like that pixel with Facebook, but it's their pixel essentially. And what's happening is they're doing a bunch of smart stuff. They could see what domains are visiting your website, but not only what domains are visiting it, now they've gotten even better. Originally, it was just domains, and you could see what companies are visiting you, and maybe you could call them, and somebody was at the company on your website. But now they've given us incredible data. So I'm going to share my screen here, and this is not a paid video or anything like that. I just really like the platform. I think it's one of the coolest platforms out there. So if we go up to Happier Leads, if you want to check it out, it's happierleads.com. I will leave a link down below. If I am an affiliate, I will leave my affiliate link down below. Full transparency here. We do run a business, but it's a really cool platform. And what it does is you can go through, you could see the pricing, and you could see this is what it looks like, right? This is your pipeline. This is what it would be. You can see who's visiting. And here's a little step. This is quite literally the process, right? You get a little script. You put that script, that custom code on your website, right? Either And the heading tag, or depending on how you use it, if you use Google Tag Manager, it's pretty straightforward as far as that goes. And you can see all the, all the people that they help, but who cares about that? Let's talk about the people visiting your website, because ultimately, if we know who's visiting our website, we can email them, we can connect with them on LinkedIn, and most importantly, we could pick up this sales weapon and call them. It is a cell phone. I know you're probably terrified of it. Picking up the phone and calling somebody is horrifying. However, it's rare that somebody's going to visit your website. It is very possible, and it happens all the time. But what if we could reach out to the people that we missed or that didn't put their information on our website? That's where this platform comes in. So I've already taken the liberty of resetting it up. I wanted to go through, and I have some other steps here that I could do, but I wanted to just show you guys because I'm so massively impressed with how good it's actually gotten. In this case, we have identity or identify, and this is who's visiting our website at growth-generators.com. And if somebody watching this gets another employee in trouble, I apologize. But we have the company here, we have the person, we have last visit, we have the ICP score. So now I've given it an ideal customer profile score. Now I was messing around with this before and I said, this would be such a great idea to make a YouTube video on this. So I'm going to go back and polish up a lot of this. But what I really care about is two main areas. Number one is I want to see who people are. Number two is I want to see the activity that they've had on the website and the number of visits, right? These kind of go hand in hand. The more activity, the better off they might be as far as a client actually goes. Now, I will say that there's been some gray areas where it could be like a digital marketing company, right? Because I said, hey, my ideal customer, believe it or not, is an MSP. I want to help more MSPs build and grow their business and succeed and make millions of dollars. I've done it with 230 people already, and we've helped hundreds of thousands. That is such a crazy number to say. We've helped hundreds of thousands of people on YouTube do the exact same thing, right? At least grow and get their first sales, and some of you guys are going to take it to the millions. But the interesting thing is I could see in here, right? I could see who these people are. In this case, I'm just going to go with somebody I know just to make it easier for me to edit here. But we have Troy Higgins, right? State Auditor's Office, state.co.us. I don't really know what the email is there, but look, I'm getting an email, and I now know that Troy Higgins has visited our website. We also have a LinkedIn button, and I could either just hover over here, or I could just click on the LinkedIn button, and it's going to open up LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn does want us to have premium. That's the only catch to this. But if you want to take it one step further and just say, hey, you know what? Who's Troy Higgins? We can go into LinkedIn. I've already pulled it up. We could search Troy Higgins, and we could see who Troy Higgins is, right? In this case, Troy Higgins, IT support, could be him. Probably not. We have Troy Higgins, data quality control analyst, and I could start to see who Troy Higgins is. Now all I have to do is just match or take a guess at who that might actually be. Same thing with Alice Robertson. Once again, I don't know. And it's not going to come up with perfect data every single time, right? That would be incredible, but there's nothing out there that I know of that exists that'll get you 100% of the time, right? Let's try this person, Jeff Garcia. Perfect. And here is Jeff Garcia. Now, I could just connect with him and maybe they know. And in this case, I'd feel comfortable sending without a note, right? I don't have the premium plan of Sales Navigator on LinkedIn, but now I'm being able to see the company that's on my website and specifically who is on my website. And I could take that information, I could start connecting with them on LinkedIn. You can build automations in here. I really haven't even scratched the surface of what's possible. You could build automations. They have a little literal engage thing. You can create campaigns, which once again, I haven't set up yet. How often you want emails to send out. You could integrate this with platforms that'll automatically connect with people on LinkedIn. But now we get data. And we could send a message. Hey, I noticed you checked out our site, happy to connect or share some resources that might help you. Check out our latest YouTube video, whatever it is. But it's not about a hard pitch. We just want to let them know, hey, we know that you're on our website. On top of that, we are the tech people. How cool is that? We now know that you've been on our website. We're reaching out to you. That now takes the fear. Remember, we want to be professional salespeople. We aren't dealing with professional buyers. I said that in a recent video. Let me say it again. Have to be professional salespeople because we are not dealing with professional buyers. And that's the most important thing across the board. We want to make sure that we are doing the right thing. We're taking the stress off of them and saying, is this the right thing I should do for my business? Should I reach out to them? And if the answer for them is, maybe, what if we could increase the number of leads we had, the number of sales we had, right? That turns into revenue if we took the first step first. That's the most important thing. And as time goes on, once again, picking up the phone, calling these people, sending them emails, connecting with them on LinkedIn, now you combine that. You've gotten your list of leads. They're already visiting your website. You've been doing some things to get your name out there. And it could be local too. Don't be like, oh my goodness, have a massive online presence at this point. Also a crazy statement to say, but this works great for local as well. If you're a local small business, you could absolutely put this on there and start tracking and tracking and tracking and tracking who's visiting your website. Then you pick up the phone or you add them on LinkedIn. Now they might be like, wow, that's a crazy coincidence. But now we take that one step further. If we can then post content on LinkedIn after we connect with them, further solidifying that we are the best choice for their customer, what do you think that would do for your business? What do you think that would do for your sales? Probably skyrocket, right? That's the coolest part about it. It's a cool tool and we all like shiny objects. This, in my opinion, they have a whole prospector area too. You can go through and pull up people, and I'm not even going to go that deep into it. But imagine being able to say, hey, I know exactly who I want to go after. I know who I want to target. Let's target those people then and immediately make that connection better, stronger, and build that know, that like, and trust that we truly, truly need for MSP sales, right? People are giving us the keys. I thought I had my keys. Yeah, here it is. Here's one of my spare car key here. But right, people are giving us the keys to the castle. If we mess up, their revenue can go to zero. They could lose all their data. It's a tremendous amount of trust a company has when they hire a new MSP. But now, what if we showed them that we are truly the technology masters, and not only we can help them, but we've been able to see who's on our website, when they're on it, how often they're on it. And if you go through and you want to see, right, I'll go back to that identify area and see what they're looking at. Maybe they're on parts of the website that you would immediately say, oh, they would be a great client, right? Employee range, 130 people. Garland Power and Light. Now, I don't know who they are, but they went to our resources, growth-generators.com, right? /resources, /contact us, /blog, /resources, /contact us. Jeff Garcia, if you're watching this video, reach out to me, brother. I'm happy to help, right? You obviously went to the contact page twice, on the contact page 3 times in 2 days. That's the coolest part. Now I can go through and say, hey, Jeff, I would love to chat. And now close that sales loop that most people struggle with, because I know he's interested. He just maybe not have taken that next step, and it leads to a much, much, much warmer phone call. So I hope this video helps, and you can take these leads, plug them into your CRM, however you want to take it and run with it. But that's the coolest part. Yes, you could use Lead Scrape, which I absolutely stand by. You could scrape your whole area and call those people too. But these people, you have identified them as people, right? That's kind of where it gets the name identify. But you've identified them as they've been on your website. And there's nothing more powerful than that. So I hope you guys found some value in this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. There are other platforms out there like this. This is the one that I happen to use. I really, really like it. I think it's a great company. I've had it for years and years and years. And it's been a while since I've used it. Truthfully, we've been making so much content. I said, let me just play around with it. I still pay for it. And I'm so blown away at how far it's gotten, to the point where I can't help but I have to recommend it to you. Because if you need leads for your MSP business, it's truly incredible. Once again, not sponsored. I don't even know if I'm an affiliate of it, but check it out. The link is down below. And if you do chat with them and you talk to the owner, George, I do know George. Truth be told, him and I have connected on LinkedIn and talked for years. it's just an incredible company. And if it can help you get more leads to close more business and grow your sales, that is super cool. I love you guys as always. If you think I should have added more to this video, I'm trying to shorten them up a little bit here. Leave a link or leave a comment down below. I just got back from my foster child's baseball game. They lost in the championship, but let me tell you, it was a close game. I just cooked in the sun. Love the heck out of all of you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one.